Cambodia wants to completely transform its tourism industry and has set up a new organisation to help it achieve exactly that. Vichit Ith is the CEO of the newly formed Cambodia Tourism Board. I spoke to him about some of the biggest challenges he faces. Vichit, your organisation is actually quite new. So what is its mission?
The Cambodia Tourism Board is only 4 months old, so our key mission is to promote inbound tourism to the last hidden gem of Southeast Asia.
You call it a hidden gem. Most people know Cambodia, I think, for Angkor Wat, but they probably don't know much more about it. So what are you trying to attract tourists to?
The global community has known Angkor Wat quite well for the past 30 years, but now what we are going to promote is Angkor Wat and beyond. And the beyond, of course, are all the other natural endowments that people have no idea. And it's time now to allow the world and foreign visitors to visit, like our rainforest, our gastronomy, and especially our culture. Because here, when I say hidden gem, Cambodia has always been very steep in culture, but 2 decades of war had diluted about who we are, the Cambodians. And now we would like to promote our culture and promote what we call the community-based tourism. And our culture is the way we dress, the way we eat, our gastronomy, the way our music, our dance, and this is our soul. And the community-based tourism is our heart. So we would like to promote and bring to the world and connect with the world and our visitors with our soul and our heart. This is going to be our unique selling point.
You talk about the dilution of culture through conflict. Do you think this is why Cambodia has taken its time really to decide on what it is and what it has to offer tourists?
Any society, group, organization, evolve, but sometimes, we just take the status quo as it is, and we forget because we always have a blind spot. So now there's a real national consciousness to reveal about who we really are, especially when you look into Cambodia in the 60s, the pre-war Cambodia. All the Cambodians, whether at home or outside home, male and female, wear our sarong. Right? You can see that it's distinctly Cambodian. So that's why we need to revive this, and this is what the movement that we call the Cultural Renaissance of Cambodia.
And some of the battle in getting tourism going is trying to encourage locals to take part in the industry. So how are you doing that?
That's what I had referred before about community-based tourism. Because right now, when you look at the trend or mega trend post-COVID, right, you have different generations. Even in the baby boomer generation, of course, the millennial generation, they would like to go to some destination that are not overcrowded, that has a lot of self-discovery and discovery to be made. And Cambodia happened to be in this sweet spot because people want to know and understand how do the people, local people live. And we would like to promote this. And this promotion of a community-based tourism is the best, most sustainable tourism that we can do and promote, because again, we promote who we are, and this is our IP.
What about transport to Cambodia? It's not as well connected as other countries in the region.
The physical infrastructure has improved quite a lot. For example, from Phnom Penh to the southern part of Cambodia, where we have pristine, crystal clear beaches located. It used to take about 6 hours to reach by car. Now it's only 2 hours because of a highway. So our infrastructure keep improving all the time. So that's the reason why it's time now, a window opportunity to really promote Cambodia, meaning Angkor Wat and beyond. So we have the cultural side, but we have also the beach side, but also the gastronomy, and allow people to visit other places. Having said that, also in terms of infrastructure, we have 2 new international airports, one in Siem Reap that had opened about a year ago, and the Phnom Penh International Airport is going to be inaugurated around June this coming June 2025. So our infrastructure keep improving, and we are expecting more direct flight from Europe starting from next year.
You also want to increase visitor numbers during the low season. So how do you go about doing that?
We like to term the low season as a green season because rain brings lush vegetation and beautiful scenery to see. Number one, the green season in Cambodia, you may have rainfall, but only for 2 or 3 hours a day, right? So number two, rainfall for some area in the world, like in the Middle East, they see this as a sacred event because they barely have seen rain in the Middle East. So what we like to do is to promote Cambodia to the GCC countries, because during the month of July and August, the heat may be unpleasant.
So this fits with the climate of the Middle East?
With the climate, yes. So they will really experience a much more pleasant climate in Cambodia, as well as promoting the green season to Australian and New Zealander.
So you have to collaborate in order to make this happen with the private sector very actively, but you're used to that. That's your background.
Yes, I come from the corporate world all my life. And here, the Cambodia Tourism Board is a public-private partnership platform where 50% of the board seats go to the private sector. And because we understand that in the tourism industry, 100% of activities are driven by the private sector. And they are really our most important partner because they understand what is the reality of the market. And it's important for us to understand what is happening now, what is the trend, how each generation wants to travel, and we want to tap on the private sector. But the role of the government is equally important in the sense that the government is there to provide the most conducive environment for the private sector to grow and prosper.
Richard If, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for having me.